Hey guys.
Hey.
Oh.
So I'm just going to start off by saying, I said, do I have to wear a headset? And my wonderful husband said, well, how are you going to hear me? And I said, the same way I can hear you right now.
Just wear the headphones. Can we be?
So I'm going to wear
can
them just
uniform?
so we match, but I just thought you guys would get a kick out of that.
Let's be uniform.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it better to hear your voice? That's what it is. You're hearing your own voice. All right, I'm hitting some wires here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
Go ahead and
I'm hitting.
Plug the channel. Do what you got to do.
Plug the channel. Yeah. So follow us, subscribe, hit the like button, hit that little bell that I guess that'll give you notifications to let us know, to let you know when we're dropping our videos. And, you know, if you guys like the content, if you think someone else may benefit from hearing the content, go ahead and share the video. Or
if you have suggestions for topics, we're open to that also. We have a long list of ones, but
yeah,
we love to hear what other people have to
Absolutely.
say.
Absolutely. And there's another one.
Stop saying
Stop saying
Mm-hmm.
I gotta learn that one. I just gotta pause. Like I just did right there. I just paused instead of using that other thing. And comment. Did I do it? Did I Oh, and comment. We want you guys to comment. We want to hear what you guys have to say about our content and what you think about it. So if you disagree, agree, for whatever reason, just if you could comment, that would be great. Let's see.
I'm gonna flick you every time you say You just did it.
Did I really?
Yes.
Is it that big of a deal?
You said it is a big deal.
I shouldn't do it. Yeah.
Okay.
I can have Anthony just edit those out. I'm hearing something banging. I don't know. Is it your microphone or mine? There. That should fix it.
Okay.
All right. So let's get into this.
Let's first start off. Anytime we're going to be talking about a topic or somebody that has discussed things with us, obviously we don't use names. It's just going to be...
Unless we have their permission.
We're just going to use Jane and John Doe. Because that's just neutral.
Generic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't... We unless, of course, we have the permission to use names, we're just going to use Jane and John. Mm-hmm. Not that it even matters. It doesn't even matter. But we had a very interesting conversation today with a couple that I think we've known them a good 15 years. It's been a long time, 10, 15 years. It's been a long time. They will actually be married. They're going on 30. Mm-hmm. 30 years. They have a very unique style to their marriage that
works for them.
Well,
can I quote that? Works for them?
It works, which is part of the discussion that let me stop everything real quick. We want people to understand that our podcast is basically us trying to get people to have conversations. We're not marriage counselors. We don't have a degree.
We're not marriage counselors. We're not sex therapists.
Right.
We're not relationship counselors. We're just going by our own experience, what we've learned from other people, and things like that.
100%.
Okay.
So the goal is the goal is to get people talking, because that is what has worked for us. Talking, having sometimes very uncomfortable conversations, and we believe that is the foundation of where's that squirt bottle? There we go.
Sorry about that.
That is what we believe is the foundation for how our marriage has lasted so long, amongst other things. I mean, God plays a big role in that, of course, but we believe that if it wasn't for those conversations, then probably wouldn't Maybe we would have lasted 22 years. Maybe we would have lasted as long as we've lasted. But would it be as good as it can be or as it is if we just didn't just have those conversations? So, that being said, when I say it works for them, my personal opinion, and I made it known today, was just because you say it works for you doesn't mean it's really working. It sounds nice when people say it's working. I don't think it's working. So
Are we going to get to the topic here?
there's so much to unpack because we had this, and this was an unannounced visit, and we just got on the topic of just marriage and a whole bunch of things. So there's a whole lot to unpack, and when we drove home, it's like, why aren't these guys talking about the things that bother them instead of just settling for it works? It doesn't really work because you're it could be so much better if you guys would just talk. What'd you want to add to that?
Yeah, I'm just curious what you're going to go into because I'm not sure what to say or how to say it at the moment. So tell me and I'll follow.
Well, one thing they have committed to, I'm going to go ahead and a lot of people might know who I'm talking about, but they don't care. He said that.
Why do you think people are going to know?
Because he's made it known that that's just part of. So they're on a schedule. They have sex every 3 days, almost no matter what. And they've been doing this for 20-something years. Mm-hmm. But they, according to them, it works. So what I said today was, no, it works for you. And I was talking to her husband, and he kind of agreed. And what I love about the couple was they were totally open. They didn't hold back. Well, they might have held back on some things, but she openly admitted. Now I will tell you this: they're older. She's in her late 50s, and she admitted that.
So your age?
Yes. Boy, you just gotta throw that out there. So she basically admitted that if they weren't on a schedule, and if he just said, "Hey, listen, let's just have sex when you want to," they both were like, "Yeah, it would never happen."
Not that she doesn't enjoy it, because she says she does. She does enjoy it, but she doesn't have a drive, which is understandable. But
here's the part that I didn't like. She's not willing to do anything about not having a drive. There's a lot of things you can do. Mm-hmm. We have what's called modern medicine. I take testosterone. It helps. And so she's not willing to do that, which I think is a problem. Why wouldn't you be willing to do that when it can make your life better?
Let's peel back the onion layers right now. But so things were discussed that I guess they used to do, but now they don't do. She doesn't like them now, but she did before. And so Tony and I have had this discussion before about, and I pray my children never listen to this, even though one of them edits this video, but it was on oral sex. I'm going to say this.
Here it comes. Men.
If this is something that you want, you're going to need to present it beautifully. You need to shower. You need to scrub. You need to trim. I mean, these are just the facts. There are women that don't want to do that because it's a hot mess down there. So in order for this maybe to be more enjoyable for the woman, you need to step up your game.
You got to make it presentable, man.
I mean,
this is
I feel weird talking about this, but I'm talking about it because clearly it needs to be discussed. And I thought this was just common knowledge.
No.
But
no.
You need to shower.
I think
and
this
I
is-
don't just mean rinse off, and I don't mean dollar store soap that you still stink, because hair stinks, your sweat stinks. What sits up there and
Okay,
festers
honey.
stinks. You need to clean it.
All right, back off. I think we get it.
I just
So-
want to make sure they're washing it good.
Yeah. Men. That's why I said I just put it on my Facebook today. Guys, if you want more action, you got to make it presentable. What are y'all doing? What's funny is y'all expect them to be all nice and clean and smell like a rose garden, and y'all guys are just like, oh, this is what you get.
I
Take
got
it
more.
or leave it.
Oh, I got
go
more.
Go ahead.
You see my husband's face? Now, if my husband did not trim here and he had hair growing all here, I would not kiss him.
Right.
That is disgusting. I don't want hair in my mouth.
Yeah.
I don't want to taste whatever's on his face. He has to trim that. Like,
Yeah.
I enjoy kissing.
Right.
Another thing is,
That's why I trim it.
if you want kisses from your spouse,
Yeah.
and let's say it's a hot mess here, how about we clean that up a little
Right.
bit? I'm just trying to help you because your relationship can be better.
Yeah.
Just groom.
Yeah, groom. But one of the subjects that came up was, and this is going back to, why aren't you telling him? Why is it that you have to have a couple come over? They were having a garage sale. Just a couple comes over, and we just start having this discussion, and all of a sudden these things are coming out where, why do we have to bring this up? Why don't you tell him this 10 years ago? Here's one of them. He doesn't
Manscaped.
He doesn't manscape. And not only that, apparently the soap that he's using isn't doing the job. And it was like, I looked at her and I'm like, why don't you tell him? Go to the store and buy a soap that is pleasing to your senses. So the thing is this is what I'm talking about. Why aren't couples talking? If there was an issue downtown below the equator, I'm going to say, honey, you got to do something. I'm not having a good time while I'm downtown. It's kind of a chore because, it's like a haunted house down there.
Oh my gosh.
Well, just saying, like, first of all, men, what are y'all doing? Why don't you think that is a standard for yourself? That was one of them.
Can I peel back another layer?
Yeah, go ahead. Peel it back.
I don't know if this is on the table for today.
Oh.
I'm going to talk about toys in the bedroom.
Oh.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
And if you know, well, people probably don't know me, but that was a big no-no in our relationship. I did not think that it was okay until I realized that what happens between my husband and I,
In that room.
what
back
we
there.
agreed to
Yeah, it's good.
is whatever it is that we agree to, it
Yeah,
is okay.
it's good.
And that means toys.
Yeah.
So toys can be very helpful in your relationship. Men, do not get butt hurt if your partner is able to enjoy herself a little better sometimes with the assistance of a toy.
I love it.
The ultimate goal is for you and your spouse to enjoy sex. So
Right,
if
both of you.
if it happens to be that way, because sometimes happens, we're very difficult creatures.
Yeah.
So sometimes
A little extra help.
you might need extra help.
To me, it's like an assistant. To me, it's just taking some of the pressure off me, and the goal is just to make my wife happy. But that was one of the things that came up in the discussion.
I'm doing a lot of talking right
Go.
now. He just said it's to make your wife happy. Men, you need to focus. Your wife comes first, then you. So your wife is to be able to hit the finish line before you,
Oh, yeah.
because for the most part, if you do it first, she's left out. So if you keep doing this, how do you think that's going to make your spouse feel? It's not going to feel good. You're going to feel used, and you're not going to feel like you're meeting each other's needs. And God
Preach it.
created sex
Preach it.
for you two to come together and enjoy each other's bodies and to be fulfilled from that. And if one of you are only being fulfilled, it's not okay.
Man.
Okay, keep going. I might
You're-
get some more stuff.
You are no. One of the things that got brought up during this conversation was that she used to use something that was very effective, and suddenly it just went away. And I was like, well, why would it go away when you had something that was effective that worked? And part of it was, I guess,
I think, and I do feel, being a Christian, you can have a sense that it is wrong. I do think that,
Yeah.
because I thought that in the beginning.
Right.
And like I already said, what you and your spouse agree upon in your bedroom. Within reason, yeah.
it's not like you can't. You're not bringing. You're not having a threesome.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be.
Go
that
to
would be bad.
counseling if that's a problem.
Yeah.
But what you guys agree upon, that is okay. What you guys agree upon, and so I feel bad for men and women if you were doing something and enjoying it, and then all of a sudden it's taken away.
Why would you take it away?
Why would you do that?
Yeah. And so, like I said, there's a lot of layers here. One of the other layers was this, which I really don't understand it. I tried to get my head around it, and I didn't. What is that?
The cat's trying to get in the window.
One of them was, by the way, this is Real Life with Tony and Jen, and that's what happens in real life with Tony and Jen. But so apparently, there was a time where he would. I got to be careful.
I don't even think you need to go into this detail.
Well, yeah. Why wouldn't I go into this
and
detail?
I say that because even like me, I've changed with how I like things. So she just might be in a phase where she doesn't like that right now.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's exactly. That's the point. Doesn't matter if she likes it. He likes doing it.
Right, but what I'm saying is that that's not going to be the reason why something can't happen. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it can help, but that's not going to.
She cut him off. She told him, no, I don't want you doing that anymore. Basically, he preferred to and apparently it wasn't a problem, and now it's a problem. And so my question to her was, well, okay, maybe it's not something that you enjoy, but if he enjoys doing it, why wouldn't you still let him? And that's why I brought that up to you, or I brought up to her. I said, well, let's say, and again, another layer. Let's say you enjoyed doing that to your husband, to John. You enjoy doing it. John's like, take it or leave it, but you enjoy doing it to John, and then John one day says, no, I don't want you to do it anymore. That's the point I'm making is, if your spouse doesn't always have to be on board. If it's something you like to do, and it's not something that's painful, it's not something that's uncomfortable, let them have at it. Why would you deprive them of that? That's what I said to her. Why would you deprive that of him if that's something he likes to do? What do you got? Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Do you disagree with that?
Well, no, I don't disagree with that. No, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
It's just, here's an example. My husband used to grab my boobs all the time, and it would annoy me. Go ahead and do it, and I'll show them what I used to do.
Oh, yeah.
It would annoy me. It just would annoy me. Well, he got really annoyed, like, why do you do that to me? And then I had to think about it, and I just remember seeing something when I was younger done to somebody that I know, and I didn't like how I saw him always doing that, and it just, I can visually see that, and I didn't like it. So I automatically had that feeling when he was doing it of what I was seeing. But clearly, my husband wants to touch me and love on me. So I had to get rid of that.
Should readjust.
Right, because that's not me, and that's not how he's treating me.
You used the word grope.
Well, it is still groping.
No, it's not. We got into that whole discussion.
I'm going to disagree with you on that, because I do feel it is still groping, regardless if it's wanted or not.
Well, the bottom line is, you realized that you were doing it for reasons that are from your childhood, and you adjusted, and now you realize that my husband is simply trying to love on me. And it's not a form of me being degrading. It was just my love language. I like to touch. But that was one thing that was brought up with this couple today was, and we're going to end it on this. So
Well, I got another thing with that because she said she was annoyed by him grabbing all the time. I'm not going to lie. It is annoying when I'm trying to put my makeup on or I'm cooking dinner and I'm getting grabbed. I don't mind when, it's around that time or we're sitting together, but when I'm literally trying to get stuff done, that is not the time for you to be grabbing on me. PSA men, just wait. Just don't do it. But then my husband is going to say there's many women that wish they had somebody to grab on.
Right. There's right. And like I posted last week, what some women take for granted, other women crave, and it's the truth. So I think that if your man is that much attracted to you, he just can't keep his hands to himself. I think you should just leave him alone. Let him grab, let him touch, because you know what the opposite of that is? Nothing. And there's a lot of women out there. I'm talking to you women. I'm talking to women out there. There's a lot of women out there who wish they had a husband that was wanting to touch them. That's all I'm saying. It's about perspective. I'm just going to leave it there. I think you got to be careful when it comes to that stuff. I think that, there could come a day where I'm not trying to touch your booty and touch your boobies while you're putting on makeup.
I'd be okay with that.
Knew you were going to say that. Anyway, guys, we listen. I keep saying it. The goal is to get people talking. So if you're watching this video and you're like, wow, a lot of things that they just talked about, we're doing or not doing, and maybe we should have that hard discussion, that hard conversation.
And buy some really good scented soaps.
Yeah.
Body scrubs.
Hey, we might get a sponsor for some soaps and some toys. And men, don't be offended.
Yeah, because Tony I think he was worried in the beginning.
I was a little concerned in the beginning, but then I got over my ego and I thought, you know what? The good Lord didn't give me any body parts that vibrate.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Hold on, what? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it seems like we talk about sex a lot, but it's very important in relationships, and I think a lot of people are lacking in that area, and I think a lot of people need to have some serious,
it's not the only thing, but it is important.
It's important.
Yeah.
When we're done with this,
if you're able-bodied, obviously, if you can't,
if there's
that's
issues.
different.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. We love you guys. So does Jesus. Peace out.